Hello guys!
Welcome to Physics Corner. We're here to answer your questions about wonders of science and why that happens.
We're your hosts, Rhea and
Melanie. Let's see what question we have for today. This one is from Kara and it says,
Why people don't fly out roller coaster when they go upside down?
That is an interesting question. I love roller coasters and all the thrills of going on rides. I can literally feel the goosebumps just thinking about it.
The science behind how roller coasters work is actually very captivating. When you're upside down on a roller coaster, your first thought will be you might fall. How does that not happen? If you drop something, it will fall to the ground. For example, this video of sweets.
But what is gravity? Gravity is what pulls you to the ground and also the reason for why things fall.
In space, you would float because there's no gravity, but that does not happen on roller coasters.
Shall we do a small experiment? Take a bucket and fill it half with water. Now spin the bucket as fast as you can, and you notice that the water does not spill out, just like on a roller coaster. Then try spinning slower. You will definitely get wet.
Wow, you really got lucky with that. You didn't get wet at all. But why does that happen? How is it that gravity does not pull out the water?
First of all, as you can see, it matters how fast you spin the bucket.
At the beginning, there's only gravity that acts on water, so it stays still. Now that we are getting into the real stuff, we will be using a few technical words, and you will learn today, or lucky for you, you might have heard of them before.
So when you start spinning the bucket, the water moves forward with it. The motion of the bucket will be to the right. As it completes the first quarter of the rotation, the motion of the bucket is now upwards. When it is above your head, the motion will be to the left. The direction of motion is constantly changing as it is rotating. It will follow a circular path.
Anything moving in a circular path will experience a special type of force known as centripetal force. This force will act as the center of the loop and will allow you to follow a circular path without going off tracks. Centripetal force does not explain why water does not pour out when it is above our head, but it is important to know when dealing with circular motions.
Inside the bucket, the water gets squished at the bottom as it is spinning. Gravity is still pulling both water and the bucket as they are moving, and so is the centripetal force, pulling everything towards the center. By the time it's above your head, the water is still getting squished, and this time the force is acting opposite to gravity as well as the centripetal force. This force is caused by inertia.
Inertia, in this situation, overcomes gravity, which is why the water stays inside the bucket and does not fall all over you. Inertia is defined as a resistance to motion. For example, if you're standing on a moving bus and it comes to an abrupt stop, you will tend to move forward as it stops. This explains inertia. It resists the motion of coming to a stop in this scenario.
So the bucket of water will experience gravity, centripetal force, and inertia when moving along a circular loop. This is basically what happens on a roller coaster.
As you go slower, the force on the water is lowered. As the bucket reaches above your head, the force of gravity is stronger than the upwards force. This is why you will get wet.
The faster you go, the stronger the inertia. You may have noticed that roller coasters with loops are the ones that will go way faster than the ones which don't.
If you have ever been on a roller coaster, you would have felt like you're being pushed into your seat when you're upside down, which is because of inertia.
Technically, even without the safety belts, you won't fall out, but just as a precaution, always wear them. That's it for this week's question. Thanks to Kara for asking.
Now you know why you don't fall out of roller coasters when you go upside down. Don't forget to send in your question for next week on this email address, physicscorner@uogwealth.ca.
Thank you for watching.
Give this video a thumbs up
And don't forget to subscribe.
Created using Powtoon.